Hello. Hello. I'm very late today. I'm very late today. And I got water on my shirt. Sorry. And sorry for being late. I had to go over the hill. Seems like there's always something, but there kind of is. I had to go over the hill. I couldn't go any other day. And then what I needed to pick up wasn't ready. And then coming back, there was like an accident because they're doing work on the road. No one was hurt, but the cars were blocking both sides. Took a little while to clear it up, but I'm here now. I mean, I don't know. I'm getting back into the swing, so to speak, the groove of living in this little rural valley. And I gotta say that after the last 4 times, well, I've been over there 4 times since I've been back up here in March. Every time there's something. So I need to give myself an hour padding, which, if I was in the city, I would be doing that. But I didn't used to need to do that here, but apparently I do now. So I will in the future. So thankfully, my live sale is ready to go. I have, maybe 25 or 30 items today, Friday. And it's show and tell Friday. So, we'll just get started and see what happens. And again, I'm really sorry that I'm so late. It screws me over more than anyone else. It's my business. And when I'm this late, it's hurting me. It's who it's hurting. So I will, from now on, give myself an hour padding to drive. So I shouldn't need to, but okay, there it is. I'm Lucinda. That's my email address. I am on selling vintage, mostly costume jewelry, occasionally modern pieces that are reminiscent of vintage or that I think are really cool on Fridays. On Mondays, I do both vintage jewelry and household items, vintage. And Mondays, I tend to bring an assortment of medium to lower end prices. Friday is, stuff that is higher end, has more of a history, whatever, and just costume jewelry. And again, I'm just going to put in the chat that I am so sorry. I cannot control traffic accidents, but I can control giving myself an hour padding so that when the thing isn't ready that they promised me would be ready, and all I had to do was come on over and pick it up, or there's a traffic accident on my way home, that I have the hour. It's just, so I'll be done with this in a minute. It just makes me angry that I'm this late and it's hard for me physically to make that drive and to get moving before noon because my body, I wake up and I'm in so much pain first thing. So I try to give myself time to move around here and unwind before I do something like that huge drive over this hairpin thing that needs, my concentration and just jars my shoulders and my leg, So anyway, again, hello, lurkers. I'm Lucinda. Today's vintage jewelry, mostly costumes, some modern, show and tell. And if you don't know me, if you haven't bought from me before and you put in the winning bid, I will need you to mail me your YouTube name, your real name with your shipping address, including zip code. And at the bottom, even if it's the same email, put your PayPal email address so that when I put it in my spreadsheet of friends and customers, to me, they're the same. I don't have to go searching for it. Okay. Thank you. Oh, Kat, honey. Thank you. And you know what? Please don't type. Please just watch and rest. And when you need to lay down, do so. I have not sent you an email yet, but I want you to take care of yourself, okay? That's what's important to me. So, and I don't do recaps. And I don't do previews. Yeah, well, we can maybe do it again, or I can have you on my channel, or, right? Yeah, we will figure it out. We will sell together, Kat. Okay. I had a great time selling with Sabrina. There was a lot of technical problems, so it went too long because of that, and that was difficult for both of us, I think, but we got through it and we had a good time. So I don't do recaps and I don't do previews on Friday. So if you come in late, you can always ask me if I have a specific type of item. You can also go in your settings and put it on twice as fast, 2x, and through and see, an item that maybe hasn't sold, and drop it in the chat and I will be happy to bring it back up for you. Okay. I ship from Northern California and I do 2-week build boxes. Saves me time packing, invoicing, and shipping because I do, a big boxes all at once or small, usually for jewelry. And it saves you money if you're a repeat buyer because one item could cost you just as much to ship as 2 or 3. And then if you buy household on Monday, we can tuck stuff into the box. Okay. And this today is the end of week 1. So I bill out starting at the end of next week, week 2. And generally, as soon as people pay, I wait till most people have paid and stuff gets shipped out. So that's about a 2.5 to almost 3 week build the box. And by the time I ship it, if you ever want something right away, send me an email and say, I need that right away. And as soon as you pay, I will make that one trip with your box down to my little post office and get it out to you. Not a problem. Okay, so let's start this out on a high note. How about that? And I'm my own mod, so you have to bear with me. And Kat, you watch, but you rest. And when you get tired, okay, when you get tired, you go rest. Okay, promise me. All right, this is a starting bid of 33. Now, I brought tonight quite a few items that have been hidey holed away since before my father died, but they're new. And some items that I just bought recently with the intention of reselling. I haven't quite figured out where the best places to shop for my business are up here. And I think I've come up with a good plan, but let's start by showing you this. This is a beautiful, much older AB coated with additionally foil in the background. So there's AB and there's foil coating in the background. And I'm still working with the shadow effect. So first I just wanted to show you it on Maxine. This is Maxine. This is a beautiful, I forgot all about this piece until I unpacked it from my new area. And I was like, wow. Now, before I show you some other stuff, let's continue talking about what I'm saying. So you can see right here, when you see that shininess, that's AB coating. But additionally, do you see the orange coming off of the one right here in the bottom? That's foil. So it's got both things going on. This is a higher quality piece. The prong settings are great. These additional rhinestone drops on the bottom are fantastic. And I know that this is an older piece. I'm going to go out on a limb. It's either early 50s, possibly late 30s. And I'll tell you why I'm dating it to possibly late 30s in a minute. Here is the very simplistic little hook, no maker's mark. Here is the fabulous end drop. And the reason why I'm thinking it could be as old as the 30s is because you see how this is gold tone, right? And each piece is articulated. I love movement. If y'all know anything about me by now, you know I love movement. It's set in this prong setting. There's much more prongs than in later pieces. It's really, really well done. Starting in the 50s and then definitely in the 60s, there would have been maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 to hold this whole thing in. Not that whole little basket, so to speak. Now, see the back? The gold is almost completely worn off on the back of this. It's down to a silver tone. So one of two things. It was either worn a lot, and that's the reason why the gold is worn off. Although usually in these pieces, I don't see that. If it's gold tone, it stays gold tone. Or it's so old, like the late 1930s, that it wore off. It's not cheap. It's not chintzy. See here, the gold is not worn off, just where it falls on your neck. This piece is just sexy. So I do have, of course, this tribal necklace on, but let's show you. So with the hook closed, it comes right to here on me. So it's not squishing my neck, but it is all the way at the rhinestone ball end on my neck. So that's about 14 inches. And I think it's beautiful. beautiful older piece with AB and foil. Look at the shine. Yeah, so that starts at 33. You can think about it and let me know. For some reason, that always makes me happy. Okay. And it does orange and pinks. Where'd it go? I just had it. I'm working with the new overhead ring light. Blues, oranges, and pinks. And that's because of the foil, not the AB. AB coating generally is just a coating, but it's got double foil and coating. And I don't think it's check, but the quality of the manufacturer is really excellent. Okay, I'm going to put this in a bag and we will move on to the next item. And again, I'm so sorry I'm late. I have my bags over here. I really am going to have an hour padding if I have to run into the city on a day when I have a sale. That doesn't happen that often. It really doesn't. I don't usually go over to the city on the same day I'm having a sale, but I had no choice today, so I did. I am going to bring this little piece back that I brought. I brought it to the kitty deals with Sabrina. But it's a little bit less of a cost, and it's so pretty. And hold on, before I bring it up, I thought, did this one have a tag? No, this one does not have a tag. Just want to double check. Okay, let's remove this bit. How is everyone today? I know Kat is recovering. It is 90 degrees over the hill. It's only 83 here. That's always fun. Okay, this is a buy it now piece for $17. It does not have a tag. It is, I believe it's copper coated. I don't think it's, well, it might actually just, it might just be brass. But it smells like copper. That's why I say that. So here on Maxine, we did a quick costume swap. Is this beautiful, I would say this is like a 90s piece. 3-strand ball drop bubbles, if you will, necklace. I love this. Now, okay, I got this shadow working with me. These are plastic beads and they have a swirl color. Kat, did I pick this up from you? And I'm underselling it? I might be. Though I've had it for a while, so I don't remember. These are plastic faceted, and I always love beads that have the metal rods going through and then attaching. They're very stable and they tend to stay put. One of this is also plastic. Then it's got this gold spacers. There is glass. Which one of them is glass? Hold on. Sorry, I do this with my teeth. Let me take it off, Maxine. Most of them are plastic, very well made, but there are glass beads. Maybe there's not, but I swear to God, Because I get my DNA all over the whole thing. That some was glass. Okay, I'm just going to say that it's all... No, it's... See, I knew it. These blue, like peacock blue, are glass. And the rest is plastic. That is plastic rhinestones in the circle. No? Okay, Kat. I wasn't sure. I buy from a lot of places, so I forget. Here's the top. Here is the, 3-inch extender. And it could be winter time, summer, spring, and the instant you put it on, you're going out. Boom. Oh, it matches my top. My little over top. Even the little amber heart earrings that I'm wearing. So there it is without the extender. And I just think it's fun. And it makes a great noise. So coming down to here, that's about 22 inches long without the extender. And it's a nice, just beginning to be vintage. About, there you go. There's the colors. There you get to see the swirl on the plastic. Good. And it's a fun piece. It's a great year-round piece for $17. You don't have to worry about having spent $50 on a necklace. Oh, thank you, Kat. I love this too. I'll give you one guess. Who do you think wants this? If you know the type of stuff that they collect, they're waiting for me to be tired of it. I'm not tired of it yet. Okay, so this piece I'm not going to bring back for a while. I'm going to put it away and let it marinate for a while. So if anyone changes their mind, let me know, because I don't do recaps. Kat, and it's not fair with your injury to ask you to guess, but Noelle has commented on it. And it's one of the things she really likes to collect. So she's waiting for me to decide that I'm ready to pass it on. And that's one of the great things about loving vintage costume jewelry. I can pick stuff up and wear it, or it's something I've had for 30 years. And then, I'm like, well, I've had that for a while, and then I can sell it. So, it's like the best of both worlds. Now, I've only had this for about 5 months. It's definitely vintage, and it's going to be available in probably a couple months. So this is a starting bid of 12. And yes, hi, lurkers. It is this fabulous stick pin. It doesn't have the bottom, but if you already have stick pins, or if you can collect them, you can use that. You could also just use a, they stick through your shirt. So you could use an earring back, like a pierced earring back, or one of those little plastic, the newer plastic ones that come on really modern earrings. And you just stick it through like this and that. And then the plastic or the earring back would be back behind your shirt. So no one would know the difference. This is a nice older one. It is just white glass. It doesn't really have much opalescent shine. It's not milk glass. It's older than that. For me, this one feels older than the 70s, but it's hard to tell. So because it's hard to tell with that double layer and the little raised designed prongs, I'm going to go with 70s. But so one of the reasons why I hesitate with that is because it's so very thick. But yeah, so, okay. So it's a starting bid of 12. And it's about, an inch and a quarter long by about an inch wide. And then the entire pin itself, about 4 inches. Very sharp on the bottom and very gold tone. I mean, like the back and the front give an impression of real gold, but I don't think it is. Okay. Thank you for looking. Thank you for looking. It would work with that rhinestone, older rhinestone necklace I just showed. Okay. Okay, I've shown this before in the past, but we're going to do it again. I appreciate everyone who's lurking, and this is the last time I'm going to say it. I'm sorry I'm so late, but there was a traffic accident. Things were supposed to be ready for me to dash in and out, and they weren't. But if I ever have to run over to the big city, again, I'm going to give myself an hour padding. I should not have to do that. I guess that's just the world we live in right now. So this is a starting bid of $39. This is in the style of Renoir, but it is not marked Renoir anywhere. This is something I've shown it about 3 times and not for quite a while. It was something that was in my eBay box for, I don't know, 24 years. I love copper. I love this tribal face. It's only got 4 links. Cat. Oh, Cat. Cat, honey. Should you be buying right now? You can see the artist. I mean, it's just, cut copper. And then it's got this fantastic hinges. It's only 4 panels. Now, Cat, I want to let you know, Cat. Oh, well, Cat, I love the same thing. Renoir and copper and mass. Yeah, I'm all over it. What I want you to know, sweetheart, is it fits my wrist. Okay, here, let me take this. Isn't this beautiful older silver cuff with 3 different turquoise? This is not for sale. At least not right now. This is mine. I've had this for 40 years. I wonder how much it's worth. I bet, yeah, Renoir is one of my loves. I don't even know. This piece is not what I'm selling. It's so worn. no maker's marks. I'm going to assume it's really old. Okay, so putting this back on. If anyone else is interested besides Kat, they'd need to come in at 40 or higher. So what I want you to know, Kat, is if I can get there, it just closes on my wrist. And I'm a 7.25 wrist size. And it just closes. So I want to make sure that will fit you. 7.25, which is like the middle of a lady's medium, or down to like a 6.75, maybe a 6.5. Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure. So I'm going to go ahead and say fair warning. Just wanted to make sure. Didn't I? Well, I just said that. What did I do? I guess I didn't type anything. And I thought I did. That was funny. Fair warning. And so, oh, I see what I did. What the heck? Okay, what is going on? There you go. Somehow I deleted her highlighted comment. Fair warning, 40 or higher. Last call to account. And again, see, man, technology. It's like someone put a spell on me, and no matter what I do, we don't get along. And last call, and I'm going to say sold to Kat, y'all. Oops, if I can. I mean, what is wrong with me? Don't answer that question. Thank you, Kat. I have seriously had this for 25 years, and I'm so glad it's going to you and that you'll love it. That's fantastic, Kat. Thank you. It's a beautiful piece. Yeah, all this type of stuff. I still have a lot of earrings. I don't know if I brought any more today or not. Not a lot, but some. All of it has been hidey hold in my box, because even just sitting in the box, like I still owned it. And because I too collect it, that meant it was still somehow mine. But that doesn't make me an income. So thank you. Thank you, Kat. Okay. Anyone here who doesn't want to lurk, please pop in and say hello. Maybe give me a thumbs up, and put in a prayer for Kat to have a full and fast recovery from her little fall the other day. She's not in the hospital, but she could use our good thoughts. We all can. We all need it. Okay, this, I'm so glad, Kat. I saw that right before I had to run out the door, Kat, and I am so gonna check that out. I am like, whoa, what did she get? I've been waiting and waiting. So, yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Hello, Sir Roxalot. How's it going? Okay, this starts at 34. 34. I haven't had this. Excuse me. I haven't had this that long. I love this piece. It is. Okay, Kat. Well, just, now I have a question for Kat. Let me know. Am I holding this up on the correct side of the screen for all of you to see where the chat isn't covering it and it's not hidden by my price or my banner. Please, someone let me know, because when I moved, I was sitting entirely backwards and I had it down and it was fine. But the first time I did a sale in here, I noticed everything was covered up. But the chat isn't showing. Wait a minute. Do you not have your chat on? Show comments on stage? Hold on. Go. So Fuzz, go over here. Fuzz? Hi, Fuzz. Is this what you mean, Fuzz? I think that's what you mean. To be over here. Thank you. Okay. And Kat, I think you might have turned your chat off because other people are seeing it. All right. So this is little faux plastic turquoise with these beautiful ice blue rhinestones, silver tone. In my mind, it's a peacock. It's an artistic peacock. It's a nice big one. Where's the pin back? Here's the back. Now, the pin is not coming through. So I believe this to be an early 1970s piece. I do not know the maker. I wish I did because it's a little extra fancy. Now, this is how it's meant with the brooch, but now I'm feeling something. But what I think you could also do, and I've talked about this when I've showed it before, this little twisty silver tone branch part right here, you could put through a chain and wear it this way. And I think either and both would be completely acceptable. Now, the plastic, as you can see, is AB coated. So unless you get up close and examine it, you don't instantly notice that it's plastic instead of a glass or a stone. Yeah, I haven't seen this design before, and I think it's really stunning. Yeah. My bad, Cat. I've been there. I'm sure Sabrina has talked to you. I had, so it is just about 2 inches wide and 2 inches tall. Cat, I had post-concussion syndrome. After a van slammed into me at a red light, I was stopped. It did not stop. It's going 30 plus miles an hour at a really busy intersection. I was the first car at the crosswalk that it slammed into me and pushed my car. Really huge, big intersection in the city. My car went all the way through it. I don't know how fast, because all I know is I left my body and I saw my head going, and then I was on the other side all the way across, like halfway down the block. And in my mind, I was like, what the heck am I doing over here? What happened? And so I was in shock. I put the car in reverse and reversed myself all the way back across the intersection to the crosswalk where I was supposed to be stopped at the red light before I had any idea what the heck had even happened to me. And I had post-concussion syndrome for 3 years. Yeah. So this is going down. If anyone changes their mind, let me know later. It was horrible. It was horrible. I never want to end, that stopped me from ever using my master's degree as a therapist. It was not a good time. Nope. Okay, enough of the bad stories. That's not going to happen to you, Kat, because this was a serious collision. Okay, this next piece is going to be a starting bid of 18. That's not going to happen to you. That's not going to happen to you. This was a serious, it ruined it totaled the car. This was a serious accident. Okay. And that's not what's going to happen to you. I wound up having knee surgery. All my information from I had just got my degree at 50, and all that information dumped out of my head. I couldn't string sentences together. I couldn't remember like what happened yesterday. It was, oh my God, it was really life-changing. And I got a lawyer, a good lawyer, and it was National Cash Register Corporation, whose van hit me, one of their drivers. So they had, of course, like 5 high-end lawyers. So at the end of the day, what did I get for a total car and a lost career and 6 years to be able to read 6 numbers one time and write them all down without going over and over and over and forgetting what the heck I was doing? I got $20,000. Yep. These are absolutely exquisite. These are pierced earrings. They are homemade. Now, I'm going to tell you something about my theory about these. This is lucite, this speckled blue is lucite. This is abalone, and it's carved down in the center. It's very thick, and it's just this kind of wavy deco design. The blue speckles is kind of on the top of black. So, and let's see if I can get this. There you go. See the color? The color was not coming in correctly. It is this like light ocean blue and midnight blue combination with some gray. There you go. That's the color. I did not check this, but I'm wondering if it's some type of a bakelite. I know I say lucite. It does glow like lucite. I don't know that bakelite glows. But no matter what, here's the back. Okay? So they must hang like this. Here's the back. What I want to say, these are not the original. This is what I want to say about these. Look at this back. Can you see where the glue? Mm-hmm. And then you see this wear right here. I believe these were made during the war. And these were clip-on earrings. This would have been the top. That would have been the bottom. So they would have gone the opposite way. See that? And someone loved these enough and wanted to wear them that they pulled the clips off and did a crappy job putting on these new post backs with some type of glue. Now, you don't see all that when you're wearing it, but that's my definitive interpretation of what's going on here. These were clip-on earrings. Someone loved them. I made during the war, hand carved, inset. You can see, let me see if I can get you to see that. And the other side, see, the other side has the same thing. Woo, come on. See, same thing. And then, let me see how thin this is, the inset. Yeah, so these are really old. They do glow green. Good Lord. Hold on. The light sucks. There you go. They do glow green. Oh, computer, behave. I think sometimes my camera just gets overwhelmed and doesn't know what to focus on. So let's see if I can show you, and then we'll move on. But so there you go. See? Boom. So that would say lucite to me more than bakelite. But they were handmade, and I think during the war, and then someone loved them and they took the clips off and converted them. They're about 1.25 inches. And I don't know if they have like a, if they're kind of like climber earrings, I think, where this is the one side and this is the other because of this carving here goes on the inside. Hold on. Like that. Yeah. They're really beautiful. Okay. Moving on from those. Thank you for looking. Kat, you can always call me or send me an email, but only if you're feeling up to it, okay? Honestly. All right, let's bring out, this is my biggest guns, if you will. This is like, to me, the most, well, it's one of the most incredible pieces that I'm bringing tonight. And yeah, just make sure you feel okay, Kat, because the most important thing for you to do right now is rest. So this is definitely a Victorian, possibly deco, but I'll let y'all kind of help me decide. This is the back. It is a brass with possibly a copper overlay. So you see how it's concave. These has 3 chains on each side that connect into the main piece right there. I'm doing that teaser where I show the back first. Here is the hook. Look at that. It is a solid piece of copper over brass welded on to these 3 chains where they connect. That is all welded together. Yeah, I've never seen anything like this. Here is the huge clasp. It doesn't have a maker. It's way too old for that. There is the tiniest bit of patina starting to come through. just the tiniest bit in a couple of places on the chain. Now look at the front. Boy, I really, let's see if that helps. It is like a deep purple. This is glass. Deep purple and red with these flower petals. The red glass is inset into flower petals. It is raised up. I suspect that $45 is less than half of what I could be asking. And it is very tiny. This thing is incredible. This is probably check glass. Fuzz, you crack me up. Look at this. It's huge. So before I put it on my wrist, and it's heavy. It's a really heavy piece, which also leads me to believe Victorian, because it's so solid, and it's, like in an individual design. This was not mass produced. This was made for someone. Back in the days of like everything was bespoke. It is 2 inches. The center bracelet piece is 2 inches. And then each side, the bracelet chains itself, 2.5 inches. So altogether, that's only 5 inches of bracelet chain. Fuzz, you crack me up. Now, so let's see. Would it fit me? No. Power Rangers. Every time I do that, that's what I think of. This would fit a size 7 wrist. It is the detail. I'm just going to show the detail a little bit more, and then we can move on. These, I know I keep moving my screen, but I really would love it if you could see that, how detailed these flower petals are. And this, it's heavy. My scale is over there, but this is, for as old as it is, it's really heavy. I did not check to see if any of this, the red glass has got so much cadmium, and the purple glass, it also has glow. This is definitely old check glass. This is incredible. I don't know how this survived. Look at that. I haven't checked it until now. See that? There's the red. Boom. And see in the purple glass? Yeah, this piece is probably about $150 to $200. I should look it up. If it doesn't sell today, I'm going to have to look this up. Wow. Okay. That was like my big Noelle. Hi. Oh, Noelle. There comes Noelle out of the shadow. I was just like, see, and then now the light refocused. So I've got the shiny silver hairdo going on. Okay, Noelle. I don't know, Noelle. You're never going to stop surprising me. Noelle is in at 45. If anybody else is interested, you need to come in at 46 or higher. And Noelle, you heard me say, since you were lurking, it'll fit a 7-inch wrist. God, this piece is seriously. This is the first time I've ever shown it, Noelle. And there you are. It stands 1/2 inch tall. The flower, I mean, good Lord. Yeah. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. 46 or higher. Fair warning. Oh, if I was in the comments when I typed, that would help a lot. 46 or higher. And I honestly, this, Noelle, good for you. Okay. Last call. Anyone needs to own this, collects these, better get in right this second. Sold to Noelle. Thank you, Noelle. Noelle. You're like sneak attack. I don't know why I'm always... Ooh. There you go, Noelle, because there's just something about it. I kept thinking in my mind, sweetheart bracelet, which is more like World War I with the mother of pearl. But there was just something about it. It's like so special. So that makes sense to me. Civil War, and it would be something that you like gave your beloved before you went off to the war. Yeah. What is, oh my Lord. Somebody quick. I got to put this in a bag. Give me a quote from the wonderful but horribly racist, because of, it was realistic to the times, movie, Gone with the Wind. Oh, good Lord. There's some famous lines from that. Why in the world can I... Thank you, Noelle. Thank you. Why can I not remember? Oh, Rhett. But it's not that. I can't remember. I haven't seen it in forever. There, Noelle and Fuzz. Jinx. You guys did it at the same time. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. Good for you, buddy. Okay. I mean, honestly. Oh, she was something else. Can you imagine if we all ran around acting like that now? Okay. These are a starting bid of 16. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. And I loved her ingenuity of making a ball gown out of curtains. I mean, you had to. In many ways, a lot of us, even the poorest of us, are very fortunate these days that we don't have to go through what generations of people went through in, figuring out how to make do. Buzz, that's one of my favorite lines. Okay, I didn't highlight this because now I'm sidetracked. Yeah, Noelle needs to open a museum. Okay. These are hanging earrings. Now, I always try to show them both at the same time, but then I need to just focus on one because they move and they sway and they don't focus. It's very distracting. These are likely from the 70s, possibly earlier, but I'm going late, possibly late 60s. It is just the simplest piece of plastic. And then they used wire. It's wire art. First, they put these gold dangles on, and y'all know I'm all about movement on these. It's double jump rings, so it has like a fringe. And these are just super thin. I mean, these are like a tourist item from somewhere, South America, Mexico. And then, let me get my little holder. Hi, Teresa. How are you? Here is the rhinestone top with the wire. Now, see, there is a caveat to what I'm going to say because of this wire, but I'll get there. There is the wire work and hand painting to make a sombrero in here. It's got the rhinestones, 3 across, 1 at the bottom. No, yeah. And then on the side is like a little bow with wire with the 2 teeny tiny seed beads. And then the fringe. And they are just so lightweight. Now, I think they're from the 70s. But I will say this. This kind of wire for pierced ears with the hook closure over here is like late 70s. So that makes it a little hard to date, but I think they're fantastic. Talk about your kitschy earrings, right? And they weigh nothing. They weigh nothing. Definitely some little handmade like tourist item, but I love them. Anyone here like the rodeo? You want something fun and funky and kitschy to wear in the summer? I gotcha with these. They are about 1.5 inches long, probably. Yes, it's Teresa. What? Oh, I see. They would. They do. You're right. Now, I just want to show you. I find that's a good way to show people. So, they're just kitsch, and they're wrapped in the wire as well with this little piece of plastic. Someone had a lot of ingenuity to make this. These were not mass produced. I mean, maybe by the person who made them, selling them to tourists. And the rhinestones up here are on a little flower. There you go. I just think they're fun. You're right. You know what? I could wear them. But I have so many earrings. I have so many bracelets. I have so many necklaces. I don't need them. Y'all don't make me keep things. Okay. Let's show this first. Okay, these everything about this. Let's remove the comment. Actually, yes, Fuzz. You can. How are you, Fuzz? By the way, Fuzz, how's it going? These are definitely 2000. Made in the 2000s. So they're not vintage. They are not vintage, but I think they are fun. I have no idea. Open a jewelry museum. Noelle needs to open a jewelry museum, but I think they're fun. And I couldn't 100% tell what was going on when I bought them. Oh, I'm so sorry. These are a buy it now of 12. I looked at the screen and I was like, what is that? These are super cool. These are like all that in a, bag of chips. They are heavy. They are pierced earrings. They have color going every which way. These are glass. Pink, olive green, and red. They are gorgeous. I can't wear earrings this heavy anymore, or I would add them into my eclectic collection. You can tell by the metal that they're newer, but they're still fun, and they would match a lot of vintage necklaces out there. And then see the backs and the coating. This is, you would coat rhinestones if you left them open, not glass, but they coated this glass with like the silver overspray. And you can just see, they're modern, but they have movement. They're about 3 inches long. If you can wear heavy earrings, you could mix and match these with a vintage necklace. Or if I could wear them, I could wear them with this outfit and nothing else and go out. I'd be done. So I just wanted to show them just in case. I'll bring them back on Mondays when I sell, some lower end items, because I try to take everyone's budget into account. Okay, let me put these back in a bag and I will move on. Okay, Fuzz. Yeah, Noelle needs to open. They won't go in this bag, will they? Maybe they will. Noelle needs to open a jewelry museum. Noelle, can I come to your house when I drive across the country next year in my camper van, buying for reselling and reselling on the road and meeting all my friends? Can I come visit your museum, Noelle? Please. Okay, these are a starting bid of $38. Boy, when I do my trip next year, I'm going to probably go to like 20 different states at least and visit dozens and dozens of people. I'm going to have a pretty solid plan. Okay, these are Tosco sterling silver crushed. Oh, good Lord. It's not crushed turquoise. It's crushed. Oh, why is it going out of my brain? Mother of pearl, abalone, and crushed. Maybe it is turquoise, not amethyst. But okay. Earrings. I am working with the light. So here's the pair. They're huge. Well, they're not huge. They're a good size and round. There's the back. Now, these backs that were put on here is something that a reseller threw on because the original backs were not there. They're not modern. Crushed. Good Lord. Crushed. Good, Noelle. I want to come visit your museum. It won't be till next year. Right here is where it says alpaca. Oh, it's alpaca silver, Mexico. Right there. And they are just slightly concave. And like I said, these were just thrown on there because the original backs got lost. That happens all the time. And this is a crushed, oh, why can't I remember the name of the crushed blue stuff? It's not, I don't think it's turquoise, y'all. I'm saying turquoise right now because I'm still learning my stones, but I've shown these several times and they're, it'll come to me after the sale and then I'll feel like an idiot. There you go. They're beautiful. They're about, I think, 1.5 inches. Oh, they go again. I don't know how this happens. I pick jewelry before I get dressed, and then everything matches what I wear. How that happens. They're beautiful. Alpaca silver. Adventurine. Lapis. Good Lord. Thank you, Kat. Crushed lapis. Although a very light blue, not dark blue. Yes, Kat, I hope you're in a darkened room where I'm going to have to come over there and sit you down in the corner. I'm kidding. They're almost 1.5 inches in diameter. Yeah, lapis. I believe that's it. Starting bid of 38. You know, I bet these will sell really well on knickknacks or whatnot. Yep. And I have, these are an item I have shown, I don't know, like probably 8 times. Oh, sorry, Noelle. Probably 8 times. So they're going to go in my listing. Yes, it's lapis. Thank you. They also crushed amethyst. That's what it is. Now, lapis lazuli, I think also comes in a lighter color. But y'all, I'll do a dive and, you know, give you an update. But if no one claims that piece in this sale, and I don't do recaps, or within the next couple of days, they're going to be listed elsewhere because that's what I'm starting to do. Yep. Oh, it's not green. It's blue like turquoise. Teresa, it's blue like turquoise blue. So it could be just trust. I just mixed together 2 words. It could be crushed turquoise, and I'm just reaching for something that is tickling in my brain about another piece I had before, honestly, because there you are, because I'm all over the map. Okay. This is a starting bid. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I appreciate it so very much. It looks green. Well, yeah. The thing, so it's this overhead ring light, and you notice I keep moving my screen, and then I have a ring light over here, which sometimes helps and sometimes screws everything up. It's a whole, let's see what that does. It's a problem. One that I'm not very happy with. But I'm learning. You know, it's a new tool, this huge light. It's an actual dedicated light like you would have anywhere in your house, but it's got 5 colors. Just flip the light switch to change. It's a ring light, but it's an actual light. So this is a new space, and it's a new light, and I'm learning how to work with it. So this starts at 20. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I got it recently. It's really unique and very freaking interesting. And I suspect I probably paid about 15. But I don't think asking, it's probably worth closer to 30, but I'm asking 20. There you go. So here's the hook. It is a copper. Once again, I don't think I got this from you, Kat. These are little plastic black beads. Now, this is a moss agate bead. These are plastic. Don't ask me how. This is an individual piece. Here again is the moss agate. Then it gets bigger. Moss agate goes down. And then it has these fascinating, like hollow black copper beads with solder drops. This is metal. Solder, these are individual dropped soldered little beads on this metal. Then it has chipped square agate. And this is some type of black stone. This is some type of black stone. What? I don't know. Onyx? Then you have your huge piece of agate, jasper agate. More of that. Very big, bigger piece. This, and then this pendant is at the bottom. Now, I'll put it on Dolly or Maxine in a minute. This on the back looks silver. These little bead drops look silver. This whole thing looks like a sunburst to me. This is a black stone also, so it's probably onyx. Let me show you the back, and then I'll put it. Oh, no, I'll have to read that in a minute. Here's the back. The disc, it was just someone drew a circle and cut it out to the best of their ability, and then did all the work on the front of it and created that to put. This is strung on probably, hold on, let's see, what is this strung on? I'm thinking metal, but let's look. No, it's strung on plastic cord. But see how it's uneven? Someone designed that, cut it out, and it looks, what am I wearing? That's silver. This is silver. It looks like tarnished silver. See, especially here. It looks like silver, but I didn't test it. I can't say with any assurity. Then they hammered it flat, and then they soldered all of this onto the front. Now, so let me show you on me, and then I'll put it. Ow. Ooh, my arms. I'm going to be in bed tomorrow. I don't. There you go. It's a really cool, like bohemian, one-of-a-kind piece of art. It goes with these teeny tiny amber heart earrings. It's heavier. And this is about probably 26 inches long right here. I'll show you on, well, let's show you on Maxine since she's empty and available. I name my, oops, it's backwards. I name my, and it's just on a little, like shepherd's hook. I name my necklace holders, and this is Maxine. So see how long this one is on Maxine? It's a beautiful piece. Very unique. $20. Probably sold for between $40 and $50. And again, it very likely could be a piece that was made in another country for the tourist trade. This is very solid, very heavy. And you see, now that I'm not showing up close, you can see all the depths of the jasper agate. Asper. So that started at 20. And the right person needs to come along for this piece, but the right person will come along. I'm going to put it over here. It needs to go in a bag. But I don't, it was in this bag, but it's a little tight, and because of the agate, I want it in a better place. Okay, let's do a less expensive little item just for the fun of it. And let's go ahead and take this off. Ooh, I just noticed a problem with something. Okay, this is a buy it now. For $12. Again, today, as I was getting ready, very early for me, and I wanted to bring a lot of new pieces, and in doing so, I brought some pieces that generally I would only bring on a Monday, but that's okay. Now, this is my original buddy, Dolly. This is Dolly. The other one is Maxine. Say hello, Dolly. Y'all remember that song? Well, hello, Dolly. Okay. So this is that 1960s into the 70s plastic bead with the silk thread done just perfectly over top. I have this one in red with gold spacers, and I have one in black. 1960s into the 70s, and then they were done. I think they brought them back out for a while again in the 70s. These were made in Japan. It doesn't have a hang tag anymore. I think I'm going to, you know what? Hold on, everyone. I'm going to flip my switch. It sounds like there's a bird in my house, which is bizarre. Hold on. I'm going to change my ring light color. See if that helps. Oh, I know. I know. Oh, that's going to be terrible. Hold on. Let's try that. That's the only thing. Oh, that might be too bright. That might be too bright, but let's try it. Ow. Oh, sorry. It's because my window is open over there and I have big trees right outside my front door. And there is a bird in the trees chirping. That's why it sounds like there's a bird in my house. So there you go. Red, like Christmas red. And it's long. And there's no damage or pulls or missing threads, which is really common on these. Like your Christmas ornaments that had the same type of deal, same type of concept. These are very thinner plastic beads that the thread is on. So, I mean, if you wanted to, you could smash those flat easily. And it's just a buy it now of 12. If I put it on, it would come down to just at the middle of all the beginning of everything. So about 26 inches. It's just a nice little piece to have around to wear. Just throw it on. It weighs nothing. Yep, a light show. Okay, it has to go right into a bag because, like I said, the fact that the threads are intact is amazing. And if I don't put it in a bag, they won't be intact by the time they get stored with all my stuff. Okay, thank you everyone for being here. A light show, Fuzz. You keep me hopping. Now, Noelle said, lapis can come in green. Jade can come in red. It can. Jade can come in like almost every color under the sun. You know the bracelets that are worn? Yeah. Yes. It's crushed lapis. It's just a turquoise blue. It's because it's an older mine. I don't know how to explain it, but thank you, Noelle. I wanted to address that. Oh, okay. So these, I've had these in my box for a long time. My eBay box. I've shown them several times. Nobody's been interested, but this time around, this is the lowest I think I've ever brought them. This is not only check glass, I believe pretty strongly, like with 80% confidence, that these are a D&E Juliana. Design. They are, of course, clip-on earrings. Let me show you one. There's the back. These are late 30s to late 40s. And I say that based on the orange glass in them. The puddling on the back is really nice. They have, golly, I'm really trying to work with this. They have this orange is like sherbet orange glass. Then it has the dark like olive green glass in lilac rhinestone down here, here, and here. They are gorgeous. And they have all the hallmarks of the shape and the way it's put together and the type of glass and the quality of D&E or Juliana. I wish it was showing better. Let's see if I turn this on again. Ooh, that actually seemed to help. Maybe not. I may have to change my ring light again. Let's put it on my ear. Let's put it on my ear. I'm going to have to change the ring light. I think I made it worse rather than better. This is a challenge. I actually was thinking that the ring light is so bright in the summer that maybe I need like a cloth that goes over it. And, you know, they're 1 1/4 inches tall, and they do not glow, but they're just stunning. They're going to wind up going on knickknacks or whatnot. Ooh, look, it just focused. I think it's a struggle between this light being so bright and my camera. I do have, thank you, Kat. I do have a totally separate camera where you can do camera down, but it can also be camera up instead of my laptop camera. And I think I need to set that up and see. It's a better quality camera. I don't like to do camera down because I want to interact with you all in person instead of just my fingers. But yeah, it is. It's hard to get used to. So if nobody claims this tonight or in the next couple of days, it's going to get listed because I've brought it enough times that it's time. Okay, how about this fun thing? Now, where is my ring measure? I know it's here. Here it is. Kat, are you feeling okay? Kat? This is a buy it now at $21. This, I've got these on, not that one, right here. This is a really old one that I've had for a long, long time. You're so. Okay, well, be aware. This is what I called in the 70s and what we all bought, a spoon ring. Now, it could have been made from a fork. It could have been made from a knife, but it is sterling silver, and it's that beautiful silver that we all put out, and this one is florals. It's that beautiful silverware that we had to polish every Thanksgiving and a light dusting at Christmas and put out on the table with our fancy meals, right? And then my generation and the generation underneath us kind of stopped wanting to do that. So much of it started getting thrown away and given to thrift stores in the 70s and 80s. And so street artists started making spoon rings. They just took the end of the silver and made it into a ring. I love them. I've been wearing them pretty much my whole little hippie existence. Inside this one is the initials AM. I do not know AM. I don't think that is monogrammed silverware on the inside. I think that's probably the maker, is what I'm going to assume. It doesn't say sterling silver anywhere, but I mean, that's what this is. That's what they were typically made out of. And I love look at the bouquet of flowers. All different flowers. Now, I will say that this, to me, the pattern with the flowers makes me feel that it's newer silverware, or perhaps even it wasn't made from a spoon or a fork, but made to be like that, and they carved or stamped their own design on it. I just have never. Where is my start to buy it now of 21? You made spoon rings? Yeah. See, I don't think they're that hard to make. You just have to have the tool to cut it and then soften the edge, right? Although this one is soldered together. It's not open. This one is open. I would love to do that. I would love to play around with that. That would be so much fun. So, wow. Okay. I'm going to do this in two ways. This is the measurement, and it goes down to the bottom is at 11. The top is at a 10. So, no, well. So we're going to do this like this because it's got to be in the middle. Yeah. Okay. So if we do it where the opening is, the measurement, it's at the top is at a 10 and the middle is at a 10.5. So having said that, I'll buy it now for 21. Yeah, Noelle, I really am interested in learning that. If this was a 10 and a half, let's see. I'd say it's closer to a 10. And I, don't have, I want the flowers showing. Ooh, would it fit my thumb? Oh my God. Okay, now we have a problem. It fits my thumb. We now have a problem, Houston. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I've been wearing this spinner ring on my thumb for a long time, and I've been thinking about some replacement, and this fits. Although I do have two of them, they're different. Oof. 21. Uh-oh. That's a problem. Yes, Fuzz, this is a problem. Well, I do have two. So, uh-oh. 21, y'all. I got to put this down quickly. Oh, no. Oh, cat. Yeah, you know what? There's no more shop. I sincerely doubt anywhere has home ec because it's all technology. You have to go to trade school after high school or go to a high school that has specifically a trade school in it, usually in like more inner city schools. To, like there's no wood shop because those tools are dangerous, right? It's really a shame. Okay, let's do this. I remember, I know so many people who had such a good time in woodworking shop, wood shop, and home ec. Learned a lot of important things. Yeah, sewing. Exactly. Yes, Buzz. Okay. This next item is going to be a starting bid of 18. And let me highlight it to get the other thing off my screen. See the shadow? That's my biggest issue. The light and then the shadow. This is Coro. Come on. Hold on. There it is. Copyright Coro. If you know anything about costume jewelry, you know. I would say this was made in the 60s. It's got great articulation. It's really cool on the front. Yeah, let's go with the mid 60s. Just because of the heavier gold tone. But then, what's going on the front? And well, no, I take that back. With the little clasps right there, the little hinges in between, it's probably 60s because they were just starting to chintz out on the hinge part in between. So 60s. Now look at the front. Look at these pieces, and I really hope this shows correctly. This is a high domed. We'll shine a light on it and find out if it's acrylic or lucite, cream colored with black vein, and they cut so it's open and goes in and shows black and gold foil down inside the piece. See that? I've never seen a piece like this. Now, Coro and Listener both used a lot of thermoset plastic, and see here how it's cut and it just is see-through to white. I've never seen this particular, and see the gold foil cut down in there. I've never seen this particular design, and I gotta say I really like it. I'm not super fond of the thick metal puddling on the back, but the front is the bee's knees. See that? It's really fun, really cool. There's Noelle. It is, hold on, Noelle, just to give people an idea. It would be a little, I could get it on, but it would be then tight on me. So I'm going with size 7. And let's shine a light on it just for the heck of it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels. And let's see if I shine a light. And the gold flakes are just, oh, yeah, it's lucite. So definitely looking at 50s, 60s. So can you see how deep the cut is with that gold foil? Look. Instant green. Yeah, that dates it to the 50s, but just coming into the 60s because of the thicker puddling, if you will. I love it too. So good. It's so fun. 18. Okay, so I'm going to say Noelle is in at 18. Someone would have to come in at 19 or more. And Noelle, I want you to know, fair warning, y'all, that I'm not making a lot, and the back is open. I'm not making a lot on this. I maybe just a couple dollars, but I wanted to start it at a reasonable price for my friends. So someone would have to come in at 19 or higher. Last call. I appreciate you, Noelle. Okay, y'all. Thank you, Noelle. Noelle, I am going to hold you to coming and seeing all this incredible jewelry that you've bought from me and so many of our reseller friends. I want to see your museum, Noelle. I mean it. I'm coming next summer. I will have, that will give, my life partner who's going to move up here next summer, or they're not coming up at all. They've got like there's a time limit here. I'm telling you, get it together or forget it. That will give them a chance to settle in, get a trailer up here, all of that, and me a chance to go visit all my friends. So, it's going to happen, and I'm just going to resell from the road, bring a ring light, bring my laptop. There's a bazillion places to shop at, right? Heck yeah. Okay, let's see. What else do I got? Oh, my goodness. Okay, let's put this on Dolly. I'm in love with this. And either you are or you aren't, but I am. Ugh. And I'm sure it's lucite, but we'll hit it with the light in a minute. Okay. Thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. Okay, this is a starting bid of 25. Ugh, so good. It is this, I think, okay, I know why. Okay, this is what's going on. So it's got a smaller circles back here. Well, they're not circles. They're different random carved shapes. Smaller, and then it gets bigger. So it's supposed to go like this. It is incredible. It's got so much depth. It's really long. And let me take it off of Dolly. Dolly's been such a good friend to me. Let me show you. So here's one piece, and it's just like, it's cut like this, right? And then you have a similar but smaller piece there. So they're kind of almost like those different bracelets. And then it has all this depth. Can you see with this piece? There's so much here, it's hard to get with. It's opalescent inside, black and almost a cream, but with opalescence. And let me see if this helps. I don't think it's showing up. Iris. You know what? Iris would absolutely wear something like this. Yep. So now I did that, but I have one of my, hold on, silver hairs, because I'm old, is stuck to it. Okay. There you go. Yeah, and her glasses, right? So it's that same, see, there's so much depth going on. And where is it? It's hard to show because it's just so funky. In the back, it has these tiny kind of oval squares so that you know that that's the back. There is no hinge. And I think it's lucite. And I really wish it was showing you the depth that it has. I don't think it is. Yep. Okay. Hold on. Boom. It's lucite. So this is all not machine carved, but hand carved pieces of lucite. And then I don't know how they put this together, because let me look at it for a minute, because it's one. I mean, this was, look at that. This was carved out of one solid piece of lucite. There is no crimps. There's no places where they put it together. They carved this from one solid piece. There you go. There's a good way of seeing. There's all this crystal opalescent reflection within each and every one of these. It's just not showing up correctly or very well, at least not on my end for you. Yeah, one solid carved piece, and it's long. How long is it? Let's find out. Yeah, iris. It is iris. It is iris. It does not match my pink nor my top, even in my eclectic world. Yeah, so about 28 inches altogether. It is just like this. It's Iris Abel. Yeah. There you go. My Dalmatian would be awfully fancy with all of this going on. Wow. Wouldn't it be fabulous to have teeny tiny matching hoop earrings with this? Ooh. It's just, and it doesn't really lay flat. It is what it is. It's a whole thing that moves constantly. And so, you know me, I like movement, so we're good there. Okay, well, thank you for looking at this piece. That's the first time I've ever shown this. Wow. I think the kids on Whatnot or Knickknacks would love this. There you go. But I will bring it back and show it a few more times unless someone claims it within the next couple of days. Okay, let's see. How about this? How's about this, y'all? Dalmatians thing. This is my other prized piece that I'm showing today. First time I've ever shown it. Starts at 40. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, Kat, you can see it too, right? It's here wearing that with loads of bangles and some huge black round rimmed glasses, right? I'm going to be getting new glasses by the end of the summer, for God's sake. I've needed them for 2 years. And I'm thinking about getting big round ones. Not as big as hers, but okay. So it comes in this very old box. This is the bottom. It's not the lid. The lid is missing. This is Art Deco. This is absolutely vermeiled, as in a sterling silver type of vermeil or gold. It seems as though, well, it doesn't seem. There is something written on the hook clasp, and I think it says gold filled or something, or it's the maker's, or it's the person's initials. I cannot tell. I looked at it and looked at it with a magnifying glass and a loupe. And no matter what I did, I struggled and struggled, and I couldn't make it out. But there are letters on there of some sort. So this is the back. This is a Victorian pin. Hold on, sorry. This is the back. It's a small one, but it's really mighty. It is like fuchsia pink glass. And the leaves are detailed. God, this camera really, there you go. The leaves are carved with great detail. It's prong set. It's gorgeous, and it is pink. It is pink glass, something I rarely see. So but I don't know of any stones that are pink, let alone one that would be that big. So I have to say it's glass. The other reason why I would think it's glass is because it's open on the back to let light in. So when it's open on the back, it's either a real stone or glass. When it's rhinestones, they generally cover it closed. It has all the cuts of a precious stone, but I certainly cannot say that it is. I think that's a great goal, Kat. And the pink glass, oh, look, there's a really good shot of it. This is so well made. It's just those tiny, okay, so like in the Victorian times, they would have worn a tiny pin just right here on their scarf. That would be their whole decoration for the evening, besides just a tiny pair of stud earrings or clip-on earrings, and probably no earrings at all. Or as a scatter pin, or a tiny hat pin. Although generally back then they would have actually had the hat pins to keep their hat on. Now the other thing about this glass, which makes me wonder, see how it turns orange? That makes me wonder if it's got either a lot of cadmium to make it that fuchsia pink, or it's a semi-precious stone. And I don't know the answer. And it is like an inch long by half an inch wide. I think it's a brass with gold and silver overlay. And someone who has better eyes than me could read whatever in the heck it says on the hook. I can't read it. And it comes in the little box. Thank you for looking. I am a great aunt to my nephew's daughter. I think she's getting close to a year old. That was one of the greatest gifts that was given to my father in his last year of life, was becoming a great grandfather. He loved that. But in terms of me, I have grand kitties. I have grand kitties. Okay. I'm going to show a couple more items because I started late. I had this huge day, and I know I'm going to be down tomorrow. There's just no way I'm not. My shoulders were killing me when I woke up, and I was like, oh, and now I have to drive over that windy thing, and I was like, this, and then do my sale. I was like I'm going to not be doing well. But I had no choice, and I wanted to hang out with all of you. So here I am. What is this? Okay. I'm going to show this, and this. And then the other things that are in my box. There's just a couple more new things, and they can be shown another time. I so appreciate all of you. You know, you really, I said it in a post that I put out, I don't know, within a week or so, of how much you all are my rock. And you've been my rock, resellers and the chat and my friends in the chat for the last 5 years, and let alone the last 3. And I wouldn't be here as solidly and as grounded without all of you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. You are my place, my safe space to go and do vintage and nothing else. And I needed that. Still do, but honestly, thank you. So this is a buy it now of 18. It does not, oh, there's my allergies because I went over to the big city. It does not have a maker. Ugh, sorry. Here is the back. It is acrylic, probably. I think it's from the 70s. And it has that thing that another piece I showed recently, I talked about the issue. There was some type of manufacturing process in the 70s where the glue that they used, even though they put it in prongs, they also used a glue that turned yellow or orange. So this has that same issue. This is the second time I've run across it in 2 weeks with completely different pieces. Oh, thank you, Fuzz. You're a darling. Okay. And it has a little bit of that on the front. But if you don't know that that's what's going on, you would think it's just part of the design. So it's gold tone. It has these are just AB coated rhinestones with this acrylic white stand up tall and pearl diamond shape beads. I think it's a beautiful piece. I think it deserves its place in the sun. Even with its imperfections, Lord knows I have a lot of them. It's kind of like a butterfly or something, a bird. I don't know. I bought this from someone who doesn't know their jewelry very well. And they have a tendency of like flashing stuff really quick and then being done with it because, you know, it's not their thing. They're just flipping. And I didn't see all the discoloration. Is my memory of this. And I'm pretty sure that's correct. I just unpacked it, yesterday? Here it is on. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And if you have any white acrylic gold tone pieces, this very well could be a match. You could make it into a set. And it fits my wrist, so it's a 7.25. I wouldn't want to go smaller than a 6.75, and then it would fall down as far as these bracelets. Yeah. So there you go. Okay. It's going down, and I'm unclear. I think I'm going to put it over here and think about it. It may come on Monday, and it may come, I don't know. We'll see if someone claims it or not. Okay. Thank you for looking. Kat, are you still doing okay? I know you're bored, but you have to, thank you, because I like it too. I know you're bored and all that, but you need to rest. I hope even if you're watching this, you got to rest your eyes. Your brain needs rest. Your brain needs silence. So as much as possible, just shut everything off and be bored. Oh, good Lord. I am pretty sure this last piece I'm showing is less than what I paid for it. If not, it's very close. I love this. I've shown it. I haven't shown it for a while. It's an entire set. And it obviously needs to go to the right person. I haven't understood why it hasn't sold, other than what I just said. Not every piece is for every person. And so sometimes I have something for like a year, and I don't bring it for a long time, and then I bring it, and all of a sudden there's the right person. Now, why can I not? Okay, Kat, good. Why can I not do this? It must be the end of the day. That makes no sense. It's a toggle, and all I'm trying to do is bring the toggle through, and it doesn't want to let me, and that's just weird. Okay, there you go. It's because it's the end of the day. I ate breakfast, and I ate a late lunch before I came on, so it's not that I'm hungry. All right, so here, let's turn this off. Here is the necklace. It is thick cut mother of pearl pieces. And it's coming right down here on Dolly. So I'm going to say it's probably, I'll go ahead and measure it while it's on Dolly. And I love that little kind of hexagon shape. I believe that's what it is. Hexagon. It's 1, 2, 6-sided. Is that hexagon, y'all? Why can't I get my ruler? What is going on with my fingers? I have no idea. Is 6-sided hexagon? Yeah. Well, I'm going to be done after this piece. So I'm glad you're going to bed. You need to rest. It's between 18 and 20 inches long. So this is thick pieces of mother of pearl with, what are these? I think they're just an opalescent white seed bead in between. It has luster like mother of pearl does. This is not showing it so well, but I will say this. It doesn't have a super high luster, okay? So it's mostly just the striations and white with a little bit of yellow and pink in the sun. Here's the toggle clasp. And they are really nice and thick. It's slightly heavy because of that. So there's the necklace on Dolly. Thank you, Dolly. Hey, I have to talk to someone. I talk to my dog and cat all day long, and pretty much no one else unless I'm in a chat. So I talk to my inanimate objects. Here's the matching earrings on wires. Now, I can say this. You see how open the wires are for the earrings? This has never been worn, this set, because nobody leaves the wires open that much. Once you put it in your ears, you squish it closed to stay on more. So this is brand spanking new. Now the earrings have a little bit more iridescence. And on top of that, yeah, I really like mother of pearl. And it took me, I love abalone. It took me a while to get into mother of pearl. I agree. This is also a toggle closure. Same thing. Here's the bracelet. And again, the bracelet has a little more yellow and pink. And they're just really nice, thick slices. And it's elegant is what it is. It's elegant. Now this bracelet is large. Look how large it is. It's large. I mean, honestly, I'm a middle of a lady's medium. So this is a lady's large size bracelet. I think this was a handcrafted piece. There's no maker's tag. I do not think it was mass produced. And they must have had a large wrist to have, made this so large. The bracelet is 7. The bracelet is like 9 inches long. So if you were to wrap that up, it's like, let's just go with 4 inches diameter, which makes it a lady's large. So it's for a large wrist. Now that's cool because, most vintage bracelets or bracelets of any kind, clothes, everything, we all know, they don't make stuff for the larger ladies. So I'm actually okay with the fact that they did make stuff for larger lady. And at, what is it, $33 for the handcrafted bracelet, earrings, putting it back in its box, and necklace. You couldn't buy these materials for that cost. So, if you crafted, you could take it all apart and make something else. But you couldn't even buy this necklace, all these little pearls, for $30. Pearls, mother of pearl. Okay. So, Dolly and Maxine have been great helpers tonight. And there's a couple more items in my basket, but my arms hurt, my shoulders hurt, my leg hurts, and it's dinner time. So I don't do recaps. Yeah. The 70s, when everyone started making all the abalone and mother of pearl fuzz. Totally. So thank you, everyone who came in tonight. I appreciate it. I don't do recaps, so I will give anyone who's here a minute while I do a closing spiel to go through real quick and drop in the chat a piece that they like that didn't sell, and ask me if it's available, and if it didn't sell, it is. And I will sell it to you. And while you're doing that, I will say that this is the close of week 1, and I do 2-week build-a-boxes. So next week will be week 2. Now, next week, you too, Fuzz. I love you. Take good care of yourself. Next week, Friday, is 4th of July. I will not be having a sale on the 4th of July. Additionally, my family is coming up, and on the 5th, we are spreading my father's ashes in the same place that we spread my mother's here at the homestead, and we spread hers 2 years ago over the 4th of July weekend, my dad and I and my partner. So that's what's happening this weekend. So next week, I will have a sale on Monday, and then that will close my 2-week Build-A-Box, and then I'll start invoicing. And yeah, but generally I sell Mondays and Fridays, and I'm always open to invites to sell with other people. And like I said, I'm going to start listing things that, I've had sitting around for a long, long time on knickknacks, and maybe dipping my hands selling on whatnot. But everyone, have a fabulous weekend. Stay out of the heat. Cat, get some rest. Thank you for your support. If you can give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. Take care, everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye.